Back, I'm Gertie Rude. Back again, the Saturday mood. Well, I'm back again. If I sound a bit croaky, I've had a few complaints about my voice. There's not a lot I can do about it at the moment. I'm experiencing a few health challenges, which are probably best not discussed. But yeah, I'm not in a very good way at the moment, and it all centres around that area. So I've got things going on in my world. So if my voice does sound terrible, I'm sorry about that. But are Prince Harry and Meghan Markle running out of money? Well, she's running out of his money, but I don't suppose she's running out of her own money. Well, she's sold a few pots of jams. So anyway, let's just dive in. I've got my fan on, by the way. It's 34 down here in Sussex. Oh my God, so hot. Right, let's go.
Do you think this is true, or do you think that As Ever and her cookery show will make Meghan the money that will sustain their lifestyle in California?
Because they have a young family.
It would generate enough income to keep a bleeding pet rabbit. What a load of nonsense. Let's go.
They've got decades ahead of them of needing to maintain this lifestyle. As you mentioned, it's a California lifestyle. They are by no means poor. I believe they got an inheritance from Harry's great-grandmother, the Queen Mother. We don't know what they got from the late Queen. I know that he had from Diana. He's discussed how he had money from Diana's estate. But their security costs, as you mentioned, I think it's like £2 million a year. Their mortgage would be high.
It's like I said, we've discussed this before, haven't we, all of us? You know, he had a chunk of change come up. It was in the millions, but it wasn't the billions that she was obviously angling for, or she thought she was marrying into. It was a decent amount of money, but it's being frittered away on lots of vanity projects that sort of, I don't know how much she actually lays out to produce this nonsense, but does it come back in? Because Archwell's pretty much defunct now, isn't it, as well? That seems to have been drained. So, yeah, anyone with even an ounce of bleeding sense would have used that money to buy things like bricks and mortar, because if you buy property, you've always got that then, haven't you? You could buy like streets with the money he had. Damn it, he could probably buy a county. He had quite a bit of money. That is what anybody with intelligence would do with that money, because it would generate its own income. And property, unless you're very unlucky, usually doesn't devalue. I mean, obviously in America it can devalue, and it can devalue over here, depending on things. Obviously you'd have insurance and one thing and another. But usually with property, it increases in value, it doesn't devalue. So she would have had the sort of earnings and the interest and the profits from that, so that they weren't chipping away at their base fund, I suppose you'd call it, wouldn't you? But no, not Meghan. She's still making watery bleed syrup and calling it jam.
These deals were big deals. The Netflix one, the Spotify one, which has been over, I think, for 2 years.
Yes.
And the new one that Meghan would be on with a much smaller streaming service, it wouldn't be anything like those numbers. You'd have to assume that they had with Spotify. Harry has that role, I believe, still with BetterUp as their chief impact officer.
Yeah, but I mean, we've never heard of any of this, have we? You hear a big hoo-ha for a little while, because it was sent to Bali, and then it was sent to Parks. And I haven't heard a lot of BetterUp. The only thing he's got left now, he did that polo thing that nobody watched, and I haven't heard any reviews on even. It sort of came and went and unnoticed, really. And all he's got now is Invictus, and that's not, it shouldn't be a profit-making venue for him, but I think they do get quite a few perks and freebies out of it. But anyway, let's move on.
No idea what that role would pay, mostly because I don't know what it means. But for all these reasons, I think that you are talking about huge overheads every year, and especially with staffing costs.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And that has to be maintained.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. If she wanted to live... Oh, my God. Mark, give us a ring. Auntie Gert will help you in Sussex. It's very, very simple. I mean, it would have to be simple for me to be able to grasp it, let alone you, darling. Okay? You got a fair few million. Stop spending it like you just won the lottery. You invest it in bricks and mortar, and then you'll never be poor again, darling. Just live off the interest of this, that, and the bleeding other. You cut your coat to fit your cloth, don't you? Not this whole thing. She's got all the financial nous of a clown, really. Let's go.
Well, imagine the induction process. That all costs money when you keep hiring. So I think you are looking at a huge amount of money.
Sorry, darling, to cut in. But you see, the thing with her, as we've heard, and I've said a few times now, they're either incredibly bad judges of characters and not very good at doing interviews, which makes it their fault, or they employ the right people, but they're terrible employers, which again is their fault. So you're spending a lot, not even spending, you're just throwing good money after bad, aren't you? Oh my God, these people! My God! What she needs is a lifestyle coach. She needs Gin and the Skins. She needs me over there. I'd bloody help her out. I'd tell her exactly what to do. And I'll tell you the first thing, bring her back down to earth a bit. That's what you need to do with that little madam.
Every year that they're needing to spend. And you would have to imagine that with the Netflix deal, wrapping up this year and probably being renegotiated, I can't imagine it will be anywhere near the same number that it was, because Netflix is not signing those sorts of deals anymore anyway.
Thank God. No more.
I think that you are looking at a scenario where maybe there will be more books. I don't know. There'll be. Don't know what they'll
we
do
finished
in the future.
anyway, but that's basically it. Hopefully no more Meghan on Netflix, because I have to pay for Netflix and it's horrible seeing her all over it, because they push it, don't they? They push it. They're like pharmaceutical companies. They're pushing it on you. And no one wants to watch it. Best thing to do is just put the subtitles up, turn her down, because I can't listen to her waffle. And there's that to it. I mean, the main thing I would do with somebody like her, apart from take the piss and make her laugh and loosen up a bit, and put down the wine and anything else she might be imbibing, and him, is when they make statements, ask them to dissect what they've just said. That's the best thing to do. I'm very good at acting thick. Do you get me? So you just look at them thick and make them talk in English and explain because they use a lot of words to just say absolutely nothing. And people like that, you just need to disseminate with them, don't you? Dissemble, darlings. Right, you said that. Now, what do you mean? Let's have it out. Let's have it on the table. What do you actually mean? Because a lot of the time, they don't even know themselves. They're that bleeding dumb. Anyway, it's just pretentious. I mean, in our day, we'd have called her a revista poser and a pretentious little madam. So there you go. Let's leave it there. I've had enough. You've had enough. And I'm sorry about the voice, guys. Bye-bye now.